This conference will now be recorded.
All right. So let me write or let me share certain details about the course now. First thing what we need to understand is, so what we are going to discuss now is something called a overview session. When I say overview session, this is not exactly demo session, but this is kind of clear overview, clear understanding that you're going to get about SAP FICO. It's not that you're going to have a demo session for one day or for 1 or 2 hours or 1 or 2 days and then you will decide. Practically, that is not going to help you understand anything practically related to SAP FICO. Instead, what we will do, we will try to understand different points related to SAP FICO as part of overview sessions for a week to 10 days. Okay, for a week to 10 days, we will be having overview session. In these overview sessions, you are going to understand different points related to SAP FICO. Meaning, what we need to understand, what we need to know before you start SAP FICO course, what you are going to achieve if you complete SAP FICO course, how are the job opportunities in the market, and what efforts you need to put in, what and all the things that you have to understand, and what should be your accounting background and all you will be understanding in this overview session. So don't be in a hurry. By the time we complete overview sessions, you will get complete details about SAP FICO. When I say by the time you complete overview session, it takes a little time. In 1 hour, I cannot make you understand anything. In 1 hour, you will not be able to understand anything. Practically, this is not possible. So we will have sessions for a week to 10 days. Now, in this 1 week to 10 days, you are going to have complete details about SAP FICO, with which you can easily decide whether to continue in SAP FICO or not, or whether to continue with me or to move forward with somewhere else. So there is no force or there is anything called manipulation or attracting. Nothing as such will be held here. It is pure raw facts that I am going to talk. The reality that I am going to talk, I am going to show. Based on that, if you feel yes, this is what is supposed to be known, this is what I supposed to do, then you can proceed to enroll in the course, but only after I complete the overview session. In case if you wish to continue attending the current ongoing batch or refer the existing recordings of the current batch, you can enroll even now. But if you feel no, I'm still doubtful, I'm still confused whether this is suitable to me or not, or any other point that is striking your mind, you can wait until the overview sessions are completed. All right. So let us start understanding different points related to SAP FICO. First point, we are all talking about something called SAP FICO. When we say that we are all talking about SAP FICO, there are 2 points in this. 2 points from SAP FICO are, one is your financial accounting, two is your cost and management accounting. One is your financial accounting, another one is your cost and management accounting. When you're talking about financial accounting, we are going to represent FI module here. This is nothing but FI module. Similarly, when you're talking about cost and management accounting, you're talking about CO module here. One is FI module and the other one is a CO module. Put together, we represent as a FICO module. In short, keep in your mind, when somebody is asking you or when you're telling somebody, you are not going to tell you're a FI consultant. You're not going to tell you're a CO consultant. Usually, there are only two possibilities. Possibility number one, you can say you're FICO consultant. This is option number one. Option number two, you're going to tell you're a CO consultant. But this is not that you're going to tell only FI consultant. You're not going to talk that you're a FI consultant. This normally we don't use now. We don't use FI consultant. Either you need to say you're a FICO consultant, point number one, or you are going to represent you are a CO consultant, but not only FI consultant. You are either going to tell you are a FICO consultant or only CO consultant. When you're talking about FICO consultant, your core is FI, but you are also able to manage CO. When you're talking about FICO consultant, your core is FI, meaning you are strong in financial accounting. At the same time, you can also handle CO, cost and management accounting or controlling. But when you talk about FI alone or I'm a FI consultant, it is representing you're only good at financial accounting. You cannot handle CO. That is not going to happen. That is not reality, because for you to use FI module, CO is mandatory. When I say for you to use FI module, CO is mandatory. CO contains certain elements which are mandatory for you to record your accounting entries. For us to record debit credit accounting entry, basic fundamentals of controlling or CO module is mandatory. Without these fundamental points from CO module, accounting entries will not be recorded. Meaning, whether you like, you do not like, you have to understand controlling module. You have to tell that you are a FICO consultant. When I say you have to say FICO consultant, you are representing you can manage both FI and CO together. Now, when you're talking about FICO consultant, here you are representing both FI and CO. When you're calling about CO consultant, you're talking about CO only here, CO alone, and here it is FI alone. CO alone is valid, FI alone is not valid. I can say I only know CO, valid, but I cannot say I only know FI, it is invalid. You cannot say I know only FI, nobody is going to take you in any job. When you say that you know only CO, everybody will consider you. But when you say you know only FI, nobody will consider, because it is standard mandatory for everybody to know FICO, not FI. Okay. Now, when you want to learn SAP FICO, or usually first point, let me write few points here. If you are joining or if you are thinking or planning to learn SAP FICO, the whole objective of anybody who is learning or who wants to pursue SAP FICO course is to become a consultant. This is the whole objective of anybody who is planning to learn SAP FICO, or those who are not aware what will happen if I learn SAP FICO. This is your motto, this is your objective. In short, you want to become a FICO consultant, or you want to become a consultant, or you want to get into consulting field or IT field. Now for that you are learning or you're understanding SAP FICO course, so that you will become a SAP FICO consultant, and then you will be moving from ITES or your domain, your end user profile to your consulting profile, which is part of your IT. And as a consultant, you need to have certain skill set. It is not like end user here. This is not like end user or accountant. End user is nothing but accountant. We already know who is accountant. The person who manages day-to-day accounting is an accountant. Either accountant or end user is different. Now your consulting profile is different from end user profile, accountant profile, or domain profile. This you also call it as domain. People use it with different terminologies. Make sure with the terminology you don't get confused, because different people will be representing with different names. Make sure you don't get confused with different names that you hear in the market. At the end, everything is more or less similar. Now, if you wanted to become a SAP FICO consultant, only then you need SAP FICO course. If you wanted to become an end user, no need of any FICO course. When I say when you want to become a SAP FICO consultant, when you want to enter into SAP consulting side, only then you need to join SAP FICO course. Otherwise, not required. When I say otherwise, your intention is no, I don't want to become a consultant. I want to get into AP module. I want to get into AR module or any other module. Like in the other words, you can say, I want to get into P2P side. I want to get R2R side, O2C side, or banking side, reconciliation side. You don't need to learn anything. You don't need to pay money to anybody. Not required, because that is end user profile. For any end user profile, you do not have to get any training from anywhere, because in the end user job, you will be trained. When I say in the individual job, you will be trained, or whatever the skill set that is required for you to become an end user is a freely available content in the market. Because end user, you just need to practice the data entry. You just need to understand the data flow. That is more than sufficient. It will not take more than a week for you to be ready for it. It will just take 1 week time for you to be ready for any end user job, because end user jobs are module specific. I mean, the business sub process specific. Your end user job may be related to GL, related to accounts payable, related to accounts receivable, related to banking, related to reconciliation, related to taxation, and so on. Now, on all these areas, if you want to get into an end user job, if you wanted to get into an end user job, you do not have to know any SAP FICO course. You do not have to get trained. You do not even have to spend 1 rupee from your pocket, because this is something freely available content, and it takes 1 week, not more than that. Within a week, you will be ready with GL, AP, AR, whatsoever module that you wanted to pick. Within a week, you will be ready for it. And you should understand, you should have a clear thought process, you should have a clear clarity on your mind. If you are learning SAP FICO course, what is your target? And what exactly you want to become after learning the course? Whether you plan to become a consultant, only then join the FICO course. If you are planning to become an end user, GL, R2R, P2P, O2C, reconciliation, cash, bank, tax, etc., please do not join SAP FICO course. It is not required. When I say this is not required, you don't need to do any course for it. For end user also, learning SAP FICO, it makes no sense to anybody. Meaning, it proves that you do not even have a clarity that when you need to know, when you need to join an institute, when you need to join somebody to get training, when you do not need to join to get trained. Because everybody, whoever wants to get into SAP or whoever wants to join SAP FICO course, there are certain categories here. If I put certain categories here, you'll have to see under which category you're falling. You'll have to see under which category you're falling, and as per that, what information you currently know, what exactly you're supposed to know. Otherwise, chances are very high that you may get manipulated, or you may get things that are not expected. When I say things that are not expected, your target or your thought process is different, but what you're going through is different. That should not happen. At the end, tomorrow you should not feel regret that I took a wrong step. Tomorrow you should not feel regret that I took a wrong step, because it is not so easy to get into SAP FICO. It's kind of a little tricky task. Those who wants to get into SAP FICO is kind of a little tricky task. The moment you took a stand that yes, I want to learn SAP FICO, keep in your mind SAP FICO is something that cannot be learned by joining a course. If you join a course, you will not come, you will only complete the course. Completing the course is different, gaining the knowledge is different, and having that skill set to get the job is different. Most of the times what we feel is, I am going to join SAP FICO course, my course will complete in 3 months, 2 months, 4 months, whatsoever. After my course duration, I am ready for interviews, and then I am a ready-made material for becoming a consultant. That is not a fact. In fact, it will take sufficient time. You'll have to invest approximately 6 months. You'll have to take out 6 months for you to make sure that you're
Not
ready for.
clear.
Please be on mute, everybody. You'll have to make sure you'll take 6 months time, and within this 6 months, if you put proper efforts, you'll be ready for getting a job. Otherwise, what we all will do is, you will be able to complete a course. To somebody you can say, yes, I have completed my SAP FICO course, that's it. But what you have completed in SAP FICO course, topics that my trainer taught, course content that they have given to me. Otherwise, you will not be able to talk on any topic. Make sure you mark yourself that yes, I have completed my course, only when you are able to talk on the content. When I say only when you are able to talk on the content, in SAP FICO, whatever the topics that you have, whatever the content that you should know, and whatever the areas that you have to be confident, comfortable with, on those areas, on those topics, on those activities, once you are clear, once you are able to talk, explain to the other person, only then it represents that you are done with SAP FICO or you can become a consultant. You are fit for becoming a consultant. Else, you are unfit. When I say you are unfit, you have completed technically the course, duration is completed, you have been awarded with a certificate and all. That is not going to be useful. Tomorrow, when you talk to somebody, make sure they will check your skill set, they'll check your level of understanding, your knowledge. This knowledge, your understanding will be revealed. They'll come to a conclusion by way you're talking. Whatever the points that you're quoting, whatever the things that you're explaining, while talking, only with the help of it, somebody will come to a conclusion. Yes, this candidate is good at subject or he is not good at subject. Now, these points, when I say you have to keep in your mind, this is not something that you read by heart. This is not something that you practice several times and then you memorize all the things in your mind. Is not going to happen. This is something which is beyond that. When I say this is something which is beyond that, point number one, it is very straightforward. When I say point number one, it is straightforward. Before I write the categories, okay, let me put categories first. You may be a complete fresher. When I say you may be a complete fresher, you have to be very specific here. Either current year or last year pass out. Okay, in the job market, fresher is somebody who completed their academics in the current year or last year. In short, if you are representing now, if you are talking, you are quoting yourself as a fresher, I am a fresher, you must be either current year pass out or last year pass out. You must be either current year pass out or last year pass out. Only then you have to represent yourself as a fresher, otherwise you are no longer a fresher. And you will hold something called a gap. Something called a gap. And you'll have to fill the gap. You will get a question from what were you doing from this duration to this duration. Let's say you completed your academics last year and you're telling that no, I'm currently not working anywhere. Then from last year, what you're doing? If you're not working from last 1 year, why you are not working from last 1 year? There may be different reasons. Nobody is giving you a job, meaning that you do not have any skill set, communication problem, understanding problem, subject problem, or you want to get into any other specific job profile and you're getting it trained on it. Why there is a gap? It's not that I join SAP FICO course, I complete the content, then I'll go to the market. Nothing is going to happen and nothing will help you practically when you're in the market. Okay, make sure you understand all the points right from the beginning so that from beginning itself you will have a clarity. When I say you'll have a clarity, accordingly you can plan at the right time or at the right place. When you reach to a certain stage, you feel that okay, at this moment let me manage documentation, let me manage my subject, let me focus only on the content, let me focus on the business process, let me focus on XYZ, whatever it is. But you need to make sure if you are clear with the process roadmap, only then you can plan accordingly. You can learn things in a proper way to become a consultant. Else, you do not know which flow you are using, you do not know what you are learning, you do not know how you are practicing, preparing. With that approach, whether you will get a job or you will not get the job, you will become comfortable, confident in the subject or not, nobody knows. That approach you should not take. First point, when I say you are a complete fresher, I am representing you are either a current year pass out or a last year pass out. Keep in your mind, if you're talking about current year pass out, it is fine. If you're talking about your last year pass out, make sure everybody will put a question regarding the gap. You completed your academics last year, but till this year or till now you're jobless. Why? What is the reason that you have a gap of 1 year? Why you did not work anywhere or you worked somewhere, you're hiding something. People will put different kind of cross questions. Make sure you're ready with all the answers. Second point, you are experienced non-SAP. When I say you're experienced non-SAP, you may be holding some experience, but non-SAP profiles. Okay, you may be experienced, you may be holding some experience, maybe 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 year, whatsoever, but your experience is not in SAP. Your experience is not in SAP. This may be another category. Third one, I'll say, you're again experienced. You may be SAP end user. You're experienced, but you're an end user. So here also, this is your SAP end user profile. You may be coming from SAP end user background. Next one, I'll say experienced accounting. When I say experienced accounting, domain or accountant profiles. You may be working in an organization as an accountant. Maybe in any industry, in any small scale or mid-size organization as an accountant, junior accountant, senior accountant, who may be managing all the activities, right from GL, AP, AR, collection, payment, taxation, filing and all, everything you may be handling as an experienced accounting candidate. Or I may say, you may be experienced non-accounting. When I say you may be experienced non-accounting, so this could be your other than accounting profiles. There are so many profiles other than accounting. So you may be in such a case. Now, more or less, everybody will fit in one or the other category. You may be a complete fresher, or you may be experienced non-SAP, meaning you're currently working in any MNC, but your profile is not related to SAP. Maybe you're talking about calling profile or insurance or any other. There are so many profiles where you call it as BPO or backend process and all. You may be working in any MNC, in any top company, but your profile is not related to SAP. Or you're working in SAP only, but you're an end user. You're working in SAP itself, but you're an end user. Or you're not working in SAP or any other MNC and all, but you're working in any industry or working in any small or mid-sized company as an accountant, where you call it as core accounting, domain and all. Here you may be working on accounting day in, day out. Maybe you're using a Tally, any other application, small ERP accounting application, and you're doing all the data entry, reporting and all there. That may be another profile. Or you're an experienced candidate, but from non-accounting. Any organization you can be part of, but your profile is not related to accounting anywhere. Nowhere it is connected to accounting. That's where you call it. Now, either ways, anybody can learn SAP FICO. There were certain categorizations. There were certain points at the beginning. When I say there were certain categorizations and all, it used to be like SAP job requirement. First point, it used to be domain experience, and SAP consulting experience. Initially, this was the requirement. When I say initially, this was the requirement. In those days, in the older days, when somebody wants to become a consultant, when somebody wants to get into SAP, it is mandatory for everybody to have domain experience and then SAP consulting experience. Only with these two combination, you were able to get a job. This was the initial requirement. Later on, what happened? Domain experience is ruled out. SAP consulting experience was sufficient. Domain experience is now ruled out. SAP consulting experience is there, but here one more point was there, accounting background. Accounting background was also required, and then SAP consulting experience, and then accounting background. Okay, third one, which is slowly what happened, SAP consulting experience, accounting background is optional. When I say this is optional, it is no longer mandatory now. Nobody will give you job only if you are from accounting background. That is ruled out. That is ruled out now. Nobody is going to give you a job stating that you are from accounting background or non-accounting background. Those days are gone. And then SAP knowledge. SAP knowledge and accounting background is again optional. When I say SAP knowledge, accounting background is again optional. Now this is the current trend in the market. When I say this is the current trend in the market, this is the current situation in the market. If somebody wants to get into SAP profile, they don't need to have any experience. They don't need to be from the accounting background. All you need to have is accounting knowledge and then the SAP knowledge. If you have good knowledge, good understanding on subject and SAP FICO, the basic fundamentals of accounting, you are fit for job. Anybody who is taking your interview will only look at your skill set, your level of understanding on the subject, how you are explaining it, how you are trying to convince me. That is what somebody will look in you to give you a job. Meaning, there's no need that you should feel or you should think that no, I'm not from accounting background, I don't have any prior SAP experience, I don't have any end user experience, not required anything, because that is not something which is required in the market. It is only to have an additional add-on. When I say this is only to have an additional add-on, as an additional add-on, this may be a little advantage for you over others. This may be a little advantage over others. For example, I am coming to a job interview. You are also coming for a job interview. I am a non-commerce background. You are a commerce background. Definitely being a commerce background student, being an accounting background student, you will hold a little advantage because not because you're from the accounting background, just because since your profile is talking you're from the accounting background, the other person will expect you to talk better from the accounting point of view. And then you can understand better from the accounting point of view because you are from accounting background. But unfortunately, what will happen in the interview, more than accounting background student, non-commerce or non-accounting student talks better than accounting background student. This is the current market trend again. For namesake, we say that yes, I am a commerce student, I am an accounting background student, but practically when somebody is asking you basic fundamentals of accounting, nobody will tell. Or most of the people will not be able to answer or will not give the confidence because they say that no, all this accounting is something that we studied in our academics, or this is not something that we are using in our day-to-day job profile. That is fact. Everything you studied in your academics, point number one, correct. Point number two, in your day-to-day job profile, you are not using any accounting skill because you are working as an end user. As an end user, it's all about data entry. You don't have to think whether to debit this, credit this, why like that. You may not be able to apply your mind in all the profiles. So obviously you will be losing that command, that grip over the subject. Quite common for anybody. This is most common situation for maximum people who are working from the accounting background. On the other side, if you are from the non-accounting background or non-commerce student, what will happen? These people from non-commerce background or non-accounting background will have a little fear in them. When I say they will have a little fear, they feel that no, I'm now learning SAP FICO. I came to know that accounting is mandatory for it. I don't know any accounting. I have no idea what is accounting. What they will do, they will sit and read the basics. What is debit, what is credit, how entries are posted, the different points they will try to read. Because they're reading at this moment and you already read long back, you forgot, or you may not be having that command, that hold on it, with which you can talk in a flow or with which you can talk in a convincing way. Because you're missing that, you may not be able to present yourself in a confident manner. On the other side, the person who is coming from a non-accounting background, a non-commerce background, since they've prepared recently, they practiced the accounting and all, they may be able to talk in a better way. The other person will get easily connected towards them because they are more interested towards it. And though they are not from the accounting background, they are talking better than accounting student. The only point is, though I am from a non-accounting background, since I am talking better than accounting student, anybody will just prefer me over accounting background student, because at the end subject matters, at the end your performance matters. When I say at the end subject matters, your performance matters. On that moment of your interview, what you're talking, how you're talking is very, very important. And for you to talk there, you need to have something in your mind. When I say we need to have something in our mind, what subject you are holding with you and how you are communicating, how you are presenting your subject makes more importance in the interview. Because tomorrow either it is an interview or it is a project, any organization, interaction with your friends and all, they will judge your knowledge, your skill set based on what you're talking. Whatever you're talking is correct, meaningful, logical, understandable, they say that yes, what you're talking is fine. Whatever you're talking is not meaningful, not logical, not realistic, not practical, anybody will say that yes, no, he's bluffing. Make sure when you talk about the subject, nobody will get this feel. When I say nobody will get this feel, at the end with this subject, with your knowledge, you are expecting a job. At the end, with your subject, with your knowledge, you are expecting a job. When you are expecting a job with your subject, with your knowledge, make sure your subject, your knowledge is valid, is meaningful. And when you talk to somebody, the other person will feel convinced, okay, he or she is talking in a right manner, or whatever they are talking is okay. And for you to gain that, you need to put a little more efforts. When I say you need to put a little more efforts, right from the basics, you have to refresh again. When I say right from the beginning, right from the basics, we need to refresh. You'll have to start your accounting journey. You'll have to start your SAP FICO journey right from debit and credit. What do you mean by debit? What do you mean by credit? And then until you draft a balance sheet or P&L balance sheet, you have to prepare. When you're starting from the basics of debit and credit until balance sheet, everything is automatically included. All the modules, everything is included. Then you decide where you feel you're more strong, where you feel you're more comfortable. Only on those areas you put more effort. On those areas you highlight more. Say that in your experience or you're more good at on these areas. Okay, you're more comfortable on these areas. You had more exposure on these areas. But this is possible only when you know what is what. Otherwise, for you, everything is equal. Everything is not equal. It depends on the project. It depends on the person. It depends on your level of understanding. Accordingly, you need to say that no, I am good at on these areas. I'm not good at these areas. It's not, there's no rule that on SAP FICO you should know everything. There is no rule as such. And when we know that these are the fundamentals that you should be aware of, accordingly you can say that yes, this is my profile and this is how I am categorized my knowledge, my subject and subject or in the content. When you say in such a way that the other person can easily connect it to you, yes, he or she, what they're talking is correct. Okay, make sure you may be from one of this background and then your academics. When I talk about your academics, you may be from different background again. One is your commerce or accounting background. Second one is non-commerce or non-accounting background. When I say commerce or accounting background, I'm representing you may be BCom candidate or BBA candidate, MCom candidate or MBA candidate, CA, ICAA or CMA or any kind of professional courses that you have. Okay, you may be from any of this categorization. Non-commerce means anything other than this. Maybe you're from BTech background or BSc background. Okay, or MCA background, etc. And it is not mandatory at this moment, or at this moment, when I say at this moment, that trend is gone. The trend is gone, that requirement is gone, where people will check only the commerce background is eligible for SAP FICO consultant. It was a requirement initial days, but no longer a requirement currently. When I say this is no longer a current requirement, nobody is going to look at your academics. It's only good to have if you are from a commerce background, but this is not at all mandatory. Nobody will reject you because you're not from accounting background. There are some limited companies who will say that no, I am looking for a candidate who is from MBA or who is from CA, who is from CW or CMA. Only some profiles, only some companies, they specifically look for a candidate who are CAs, CWAs or MBAs, because they feel that these candidates will have good exposure on accounting. The only intention is these candidates will have good exposure on accounting, otherwise nothing else. And if you're from a non-commerce background or non-accounting background, if you're able to talk the basic fundamentals properly, and if you're able to understand the requirements properly, you're fit for it. It is only based on your subject knowledge that you will get the job in the current market, nothing else. Nobody cares about what is your background, what kind of experience you have. Nobody cares what is your accounting background or what is your academic background. It is just that you are a bachelor degree holder or not, meaning whether you hold 15 years of education plus some experience if you hold, then you are fit for the job. And the remaining is all based on your subject, based on your communication, based on your knowledge. How good you are at the subject, what is your level of communication, what is your knowledge on the accounting, SAP, FICO and all, that is going to decide whether you are fit for a job or unfit for a job. Based on that criteria only, somebody will shortlist you, somebody may not shortlist you. It is not because I am from accounting background, I have more advantage. I completed SAP FICO course, I have more advantage. I did my SAP certification, I have more advantage. Everything is a myth, meaning this is not the fact. When I say this is not the fact, people might tell you that if you do certification, you will get the job. You don't get the job if you do this certification, because everybody will pass the certification with the help of dump. This everybody knows. Everybody will clear their certification exam with the help of dump, meaning if you want to get certified in SAP, everybody must be hearing something called SAP certified consultant or SAP certified candidate. When somebody is asking for SAP certified candidate, SAP certified consultant, you have to write SAP exam, for which in the market you will get all the questions that SAP is giving in the exam along with the correct answer. Along with the answer, you will get the questions in the market with 100% pass guarantee. If you fail after reading their dump, they will refund your money. Meaning with that confidence, people are selling the dumps in the market. Now your interviewer, everybody knows. If you say that I'm a certified consultant, everybody knows what level of certification knowledge you have. Today night you would have read, tomorrow morning you would have certified. That's it. Or maybe 2-3 days you would have practiced, prepared on those exam terms. You write the exam, you will clear the exam. This is open fact for everybody. And similarly, when somebody is entering into SAP FICO, everybody will enter SAP FICO with some experience. When I say everybody will enter into SAP, with some experience, what kind of experience they are holding, whether your experience is genuine or not. This is another question, another big question mark in SAP FICO consulting. Most of the people may not be having genuine experience when they begin their career, because for you to gain experience, you need to show some experience. When I say you need to show some experience, you may have to say that whatever the past profile that you have is in SAP FICO. You're just saying that I have experience of 3 years in the market, or I have experience of 4 years in the market, but my experience is all related to SAP only, either consulting or end user. Nobody is going to give you job because you have experience on SAP before. Everybody will give you job based on what knowledge you have at this moment. In front of me, when you're sitting, when I'm asking you questions, what is your level of knowledge, what is your level of understanding? Based on that only somebody will give you a job. Not that, okay, you are from accounting background, yes, 20% you're shortlisted, you have 4 years of experience, another 20% shortlisted, you know the SAP FICO course content, yes, another 50% qualified, then you are fit for the job, please come and join the job. Nobody will do it. Even though you're expert in SAP configuration, even though you're expert in different other areas, even though you are from commerce background and all, still you may not get the job, because whatever the skill set that is required to become a consultant, you're lacking it. Whatever the skill set that is required to become a consultant, you're lacking it. When you're talking about a consultant, it is not an end user job. Consultant is not like an end user job. What will happen in end user job? In the end user job, your work is routine. Maybe 3-4 days, maybe a week, maybe a month, maybe a couple of months you have to struggle in the end user job. After that, it is the same routine job every day. When I say it is the same routine job every day, you may have to do the same data entry, you may have to create same masters, you may have to manage the same reconciliation, you may have to prepare same report every month, every day. It is the routine job profile for any end user with minor changes. Company to company, we are all aware, no two companies will have the same business process. There are some minor changes. Only those changes will be there. Otherwise, logically, fundamentally, technically, same application you're using or similar ERP application you're using, same mindset you'll have to apply there. This is our end user profile. And in end user profile, what will happen? There is a growth to some extent. After that, there is no growth. You will fall down again. In the end user, what will happen? If I say end user or domain profiles, so in the end user or domain profiles, what usually happens? You'll begin your career with zero, and then you'll hold some kind of experience, and once you gain some experience and there is no growth, there is no growth. You'll start from zero in your end user domain experience, then you'll gain some experience. Once you gain some level of experience, once you reach to a certain stage in your accounting or in your domain experience or in your non-IT profiles, there is no growth. Meaning everybody will tell you are overqualified, okay, you are over experienced, you are overpriced. You're overpriced means we don't have the budget. When companies start telling you're overqualified, they're telling that no, we are looking for only this profile. We want somebody who completed only graduation. We want somebody who hold only 2 years of experience. And you say that you're over experienced. No, we are looking for a candidate who can have or who has less than 5 years of experience. Because you're holding maybe 8 years of experience, we don't have any opportunity for 8 years. We have opportunity only for those who have less than 5 years of experience. And though they're ready to take you, they say that no, you're overpriced. Our budget is not matching. Our budget is less than what you're currently earning. Let's say you're currently earning a salary of 5 lakhs per annum. They say that no, our budget is only 4.5 lakhs. We don't have budget beyond that. We are sorry, we cannot if you are ready to come, but we will take, but still they will not take, because you may be joining today because you need a job, but the moment you get some better package, you will immediately jump. That everybody knows. Meaning, this is quite common for any profile who is a non-IT, who is a non-IT, meaning you're not working in SAP. For us, it is all SAP FICO. Those who are not in SAP FICO profile, those who are working in end user profile, accountant profile, this is quite common. This is quite common for them. As you gain more and more experience, you will become burden for the organization. Why you will become burden? Because their expectations are different. When you hold more experience, they expect from you, other along with the subject, they want you to handle the team, they want you to handle the client, they want you to work on multiple things, they want you to handle anything which you may not be holding it, that skill set, that communication, or that subject knowledge we may not be having. Not everybody will have it, because all these days, all these years, whenever we work as a as an end user profile or as an accountant profile, we may be limited, we may be restricted to the work that we are doing. Meaning, other than what I'm doing in my job every day, I don't know anything. Let's say I am working in a company as an end user, you're also working in a company as an end user, we both are friends, we both are colleagues. Now let's say, even if we work together for 3 years, 5 years, I don't know what is your work, you don't know what is my work, because we are not going to share our work. I'm not going to discuss about my work, this is what I'm doing and all with you. You're also not sharing any knowledge of your profile with me. Other than that, we are sharing everything, but we are not sharing the job profile or the subject that is required for you to build a career. By the time we reach a stage where you feel that no, my salary is not sufficient now, or financially some difficulties are there, I want to have better opportunity, better career growth, I wanted to have a better opportunity or better profile and all, that is where your subject will come into picture. Everybody will give you good job, good pay, expecting something good from you. And when we are lacking those good things in us, like your subject, your communication, your skill set, your understanding, your logical thinking and all, the other person may feel that no, this candidate, I don't think is confident enough, or I don't think he is capable to handle this. You need to make sure these skill set you project to the other person, not by recommendation, by your skill set. When I say not by recommendation, tomorrow I cannot come and say that no, 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 XYZ is my student only, he learned from me only, he is very good at subject, he can do very good configuration, he can tell all the definitions, he is good at all the example, I taught him different scenarios. Nobody will give you job. It is you who need to talk in the market. It is you who has to expect, understand the organization expectation, understand what they want from you. Accordingly you practice, accordingly you prepare, and then according to that you talk. Meaning, you should know to whom you're talking, accordingly you should manage. It's not like to everybody you tell the same content as if you're reading a textbook or as if you're reading some content. Don't do it. Talk from your experience, talk from your understanding. That is what is going to give you result tomorrow. You will find a lot of definitions, you will find a lot of configuration, you will find a lot of content, but at the end, what is your understanding? That matters a lot. When I say that matters a lot, even if you take SAP FICO, even if you take SAP FICO, you take any topic, you take any configuration, you look, you search in the Google. On the same topic, you will find a different kind of material, different kind of videos, different content you will get it in the market, openly available in the social media. PDFs, documents, or videos and all in the form of in different forms, different content is available. If you look at it, every content is different. One video is different, another video is different, one document is different, another document is different, meaning it is not fixed. This is not fixed because this is not your academic. When I say this is not your academic, this is practical accounting, this is your real-time accounting. Every company will have their own approach. Not all the companies will work on the same logic. Every company will have a different approach, different process, different policies and all. According to them, you need to mold your knowledge. You should have knowledge, understanding in such a way which will help you get job anywhere, which will allow you to work anywhere. And if this is not having, or if your knowledge, if your skill set, your subject is not giving you this confidence, whatever the subject that we have is not practically, is not actually helping us. We have to be very practical when it comes to subject, when it comes to knowledge and all. Make sure at the initial stage you have to know all these points. Later on, it is all about your individual preparation. When I say individual preparation, at one stage you or I have to realize. Either I have to realize at one stage, or you have to realize at one stage, yes, no, things are not working as expected. I am here only to give you instructions. I am here only to give you guidance. It's not that everything I'll do a spoon feeding and all right from the beginning, because we are not at a stage where only if I tell you know it. Everybody is smart enough. All you need to know is those techniques. All you need to know is those techniques, those fundamental consulting abilities and all, which I'm going to impart to you. When I give you the skill set that is required for you to manage successfully as a consultant and all, based on that, you need to apply the same logic, same thought process in different areas. Then you need to see, okay, how I'm able to think in this, whether I'm able to move forward when I'm getting errors, whether I'm able to at least strike some ideas in my mind or not. When these points you started to think and all, you will slowly start developing a mindset that is required for a consultant. It is not like that you practice the course content. It is not like that you practice what I'm teaching 10 times, 20 times, not going to give you a job. Because what I'm giving you, what I'm showing you is only to make you feel comfortable, make you feel confident. Based on that, you need to make sure you make more example, you talk in you on your own way. It is not that whatever I'm talking, you copy paste to talk to somebody else. You're not representing yourself. You should represent yourself, and when you talk, whatever the content that you're talking, the other person should feel that yes, you're talking from your experience. It should not sound like no, you read somebody, or you read something, some article you read, or you watched a YouTube video, you watched some recording sessions, or you're getting it trained somewhere. That is why you're talking this. When somebody is talking, it is easily identified, or one can easily identify whether they're talking from their experience or they're just bluffing. And when you're talking, make sure the other person can relate to what you're talking. When you make sure the other person can relate to what you're talking, that's where you get positive feedback from the opposite person. Let it be your friend or anybody. Even you see that your friends are stating that, no, now you're talking in a different way, you're explaining in a different way what happened. You should feel the difference. At one stage, you should feel the difference, and you're not supposed to see, or you're not supposed to see somebody saying that no, you're wrong, you're not correct. The moment when somebody says no, you're not correct, you're wrong, we get demotivated. Quite common for most of the people on the subject. Keep in your mind, it is not fixed. When I say this is not fixed, based on the requirement, things will get changed very frequently. You should know on what note you're talking, for what scenario you're talking, what is your point of understanding. Accordingly, you need to quote your example. And when somebody says you're wrong, be confident enough to put a cross question, why you're wrong, why you said I am wrong. Please tell me what is right then. But usually, what we all do, the moment somebody says no, this is not correct, oh, this is not correct, I think everything is wrong only. You get demotivated. Don't do that. When somebody is telling you're wrong, put a cross question to them. These are the points, or this is my level of understanding. According to me, this is what it works, or this is what it is. When you said it is wrong, can you please tell me what is right then? Can you please tell me why you said I am wrong? Make sure you hold that confidence. When somebody says you are wrong, be confident enough to put a cross question. Can you please tell me why I am wrong? Ask them a question to tell why you're wrong. Just like just because somebody said you're wrong, no, this is not correct, don't get demotivated. Don't keep quiet and don't feel low. Most of the people I observed, this happens, but this is because you practiced from somewhere, or you read somewhere, or you did something on your own. The moment somebody says this is not correct, or somebody says negative things about you, what you're talking, you get demotivated because you're not sure, you're not confident what you know is right or wrong. Most of the people, those who are learning SAP FICO, those who are trying to attend SAP FICO jobs, will have the common problem. They are not sure whether what they know is right or wrong. They practiced, but they're not sure whether what they practiced is right or wrong. They know the config, but they are not sure whether this is the same thing that we do in a project or not. Meaning, they know things, but they are lacking confidence. They're not sure that yes, this is how it works. They're not sure. They cannot say confidently. All they can say is doubtful. Unless and until you don't ask any cross question, they say that very confidently. The moment you put a cross question, most of the people will lose the confidence because they are not sure that they are correct. Why? There are different reasons for it again. When I say there are different reasons, which we will come to know, which we will discuss in the upcoming session. Now here you need to make sure this is what happens in the end user. That is the reason most of the people will try to get into SAP FICO job. Now, one point that I want you to keep in your mind, don't assume that when you join SAP FICO course is equal to SAP FICO job. This is a big mistake. Most of the people will think that if I join SAP FICO course, I will get SAP FICO job. This is a big mistake. This is not correct. Don't think that you join SAP FICO course, you get SAP FICO job. Not going to happen. You can get SAP FICO job even without joining SAP FICO course. You can get SAP FICO job even without joining SAP FICO course, because in the SAP FICO course, what you are going to get usually, you or me or anybody, whoever wants to learn SAP FICO, we are all thinking about certain fundamentals like what we are going to learn in SAP FICO. Right? We are all concerned about SAP or SAP FICO course content. This is what we are all focused. This is what we are all concerned about. What topics you are going to cover, what is the syllabus, what is the course curriculum and all. This is nothing to do with your learning. This is nothing to do with your learning. And if I give you a course content, if you go by the course content, what is going to happen? Let's say you are going to say GL, AP, AR. I will tell that GL, there are 12 settings. There are, let's say, some 15 scenarios. Everything is completed. I'll say yes. This is done. Completed. Yes, you will also tell, yes, sir, this is completed. AP, this is done. You will also agree, yes, this is completed. This is also completed. Now, one fine day, I'll say that you are done. I am done. Meaning, I will say that course is completed tomorrow. You will also tell, yes, sir, everything, whatever you gave the course content, everything you showed. Now we need to practice. If this is the case that you want to put a done for everything, you please go to YouTube. Please go to YouTube, and there are different sources available in the market where you get offline videos. YouTube is there, offline videos are there. There are a lot of free courses in Udemy and all different things. There are different content available for free of cost. The different content available in the market for free of cost. And keep in your mind, here you are not learning for free of cost. I'm not teaching you for free. You are not learning for free. If you have to learn for free, please refer YouTube. If you take one topic, you will get 100 videos on one topic from different tutors, from different YouTube channels. There are different sources in the market through which you can get offline videos. There are different sources in the market through which you can get offline videos. There are n number of videos, there are n number of course content, there are n number of step-by-step screenshot materials in the market for free of cost. Everything is free. Nothing, you don't need to invest even a single rupee from your pocket. Everything you will get for free of cost, but still you opted to join SAP FICO course by investing money. Be very smart. When you're investing money, don't get what you get for free of cost. Whatever you get for free of cost, please get it from the free of cost content only. Meaning from that free sources only you get free content. You're not paying money to me to get what you get for free of cost. I'm not supposed to tell you, I'm not supposed to teach you what you can get for free of cost by taking money from you. And you should also be equally smart. Here you are gaining the knowledge, skill set to become a consultant, not the configuration, not this step number 1, step number 2. You please get it from the open market for free of cost. Because most of the time, those who wants to learn SAP FICO, they feel that it's all about configuration. It is all about configuration and it is all about practice. For you to practice, yes, it is fact, correct, that you need to do the configuration. But what most of us will expect, we will expect, please show the configuration steps in a sequential order. Please put the configuration steps. Please show give the material and all. That I'm not going to do. I'm not going to share any configuration documents. I know you will get config documents in the market for free of cost. If I give you a configuration document, it is the same thing that you also get from the market. But what you're going to get, what you're going to understand is the business process, business requirement. If you're a consultant, based on this particular requirement, how you're going to set up the system. It is not like blindly you will set up all the configuration. You don't know why you did this configuration. You're the one who did the configuration, but when somebody is asking, can you explain this configuration? You don't know. You would have done that configuration for 10 times, but you will not be able to explain, or you're not in a position to explain, convince the other person why this configuration is maintained, or why we use this configuration. Or for that matter, if somebody is taking your company code from your practice server, they're asking you, please tell me what configuration you did for this company code. You may not be able to answer, meaning that configuration you can get it for free of cost, meaning that's a technical configuration that is to be done in SAP system. When you press save, no error will come. That is available for free of cost in the market. Those who are planning to know only the configuration knowledge, please get the configuration knowledge for free of cost from the open market. As I mentioned, without joining any SAP FICO course also you can get the job, because almost all the topics, all the content is available in the market for free of cost. There's nothing that I teach you something new. There's nothing that you learn something new. It is all about that skill set that you're going to learn. Tips, techniques to be a successful consultant. This is what you're going to learn from me, not the actual configuration and all. That is, if I do that configuration, you do that configuration, or even anybody does it, it is one and the same. Because it is only the knowledge that you're getting, the skill set that you're going to get, and how you have to develop yourself. Meaning you're paying money to get this stuff, content, skill set to become a consultant, not actually the configuration that is required for a consultant. Those who understand the difference will realize what I'm talking. Those who are not able to understand what I'm talking, please wait until we complete the overview sessions. You will get answers for all your questions. I'll cover maximum points in the overview sessions that is required for you to know before you join, before you take a step, whether SAP FICO is okay or not okay to you. Later on, it's up to you. Meaning, you can decide to join with me, or you can decide to join with anybody else. At the end, you want to learn SAP FICO. There is no rule that you should learn only with me. You have so many opportunities in the market. There are so many sources in the market. End of the day, it is you who needs to feel comfortable, confident. Wherever you feel comfortable, wherever you feel confident, you are free to go and get trained there. Alright, I'm not going to talk, I'm not going to say anything to anybody to manipulate your mindset to say that you join only with me. I'll never tell you join only with me. It's your choice. Either you decide to join with me or decide to join anywhere. At the end, it is your career. When I say at the end it is your career, you should have better clarity on you than me. So where you need to join, how you need to practice, how you need to put your efforts and all. You are smart enough to take a call, to take a decision. Accordingly, you can take a decision. Alright. So here I was talking about this configuration practice. This is something that is available for free of cost in the market. So when you're talking about, no, I want to know only the configuration and all, you don't have to waste your money. You don't have to waste your money. You can get it for free of cost. Of all the SAP FICO topics, you will get the content in the market for free. This everybody is aware. You will get for free of cost. There's nothing that I am telling you something new. It's all the same point. I'm just summarizing the points. That's it. I'm not telling something which is the rocket science. Nothing is that. It is the open fact, open point to anyone. Everybody is aware of it. Same point I'm writing here to make sure you realize, yes, this is correct, right? Having known that yes, everything is available for a free of cost in the market, then why I'm paying money? Not for this. All I want you to realize is you're not paying money to know the configuration. If that is your intention to know the configuration, as I mentioned, it is free of cost. You don't need to pay money to me, or in fact to anybody. If it is your configuration, you don't need to pay money to anybody. It is available for free of cost, either in the form of a video in YouTube or in the form of a PDF document, Word document in different sources. Make sure you read through it, read from there, watch the free YouTube videos, practice it. System you will get for what? Around 2000 if you pay, you will get system for 3 months. You paid 2000 rupees, you will get SAP server for practice 3 months. Within 1500, within 2000, you have a system and all the videos are free of cost. 24/7 you can practice. What you can practice? Configuration. Nobody knows what you're doing right or wrong. In fact, you are also confused. You take a topic, for example, take GL topic. Let's say refer 3 videos. Okay. Read 3 blocks. Read 3 documents. 3 videos are different. 3 blocks are different. 3 documents are different. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Is this correct? Take any topic. Small topic you take, small point you take. Take 3 videos from it. When I say 3 videos, 3 different sources you take. X video, Y video, Z video. 3 blocks you take, X blog, Y blog, Z blog. 3 documents, X document, Y document, Z document. None of them are same because everybody is explaining based on a scenario. Everybody is explaining based on a scenario. Though 3 are different, 3 may be correct. Though 3 blocks are different, 3 may be correct. Though 3 documents are different, 3 documents may be correct. Again, this is valid or not? Possible?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Right? Then how
Yes,
you
sir.
are going to decide which one to refer? I'm reading 3 videos, 3 are different. I'm reading 3 blocks, 3 are completely different. I'm reading 3 documents, 3 are different because everything is based on a example, logic, scenario. But what we do, we only start from here. We will start from half and we will end in the half. That's where you get half knowledge. Because we don't start from the scratch, you start in between, half. We don't know what is the requirement. No video will tell you why they're doing this, what is their example, what is that they're trying to achieve it. No video will give you clear instruction, or maybe a few videos will give you instructions. If you refer 3 blogs, blog may not be giving the full information. A document may not be giving full information. It is maybe focused only on selected area, selected content. You're reading only it, you're by hearting only that. Meaning you're injecting in your mind only the selected content, partial content. Headers, footers are removed, meaning head and tail is removed, only the body you are putting. Now where you will fit it? Question mark. So when you have to explain it to somebody else, definitely you will not be comfortable, confident, because content, source, whatever you're referring is only to give you an idea. It's not that this is the syllabus, this is the proper syllabus, only on this you will be interviewed, only on this you will be
Hello.
working.
Hello?
Nothing
Sir,
like
I
that.
go to GM office.
GM office.
Oh, sir.
Chandan, can you please go on? Okay. Nobody will give you any guarantee that only on this subject, only on these points you will be questioned tomorrow. And for this question, this is the only answer. There is no fixed answer like that for any topic in SAP FICO. Everything can have different answers, different methods, different approaches, different explanation, because your understanding is different, my understanding is different, but at the end result should be the same. how you're talking, what you're explaining, what you're configuring, nobody cares. At the end, whether you're connecting to this scenario, whether you're logically correct or not, is what people are going to look at. And when you're not aware of these fundamental points, whatever the practice effort that you put is not going to give you the expected result. And I don't want anybody to realize it at the end of the course. I want you to realize it at the beginning of the course so that you can take a better decision, either to join or to quit SAP FICO. It's better that if you feel that no, I think this is all different, this is not going to work out for me, fine. If you feel that no, this is not going to work out for you, you can drop at this moment. At least you're saving your time and money. Else what will happen? You will waste your time, you waste your money. And with this, what will happen tomorrow in future, if you want to learn something else, if you want to move on to something else, you feel that no, I already tried SAP FICO some time back, it didn't work out. It's all not what people say, it's something different, which is not practically works out. No, I don't want to do anything, I'm fine with what I'm doing now. There are people who experienced like that. There are many people, in fact. If you touch most of your circle and all, they say that yes, we are already trained in SAP FICO. But why you're not getting job in SAP FICO, why you're not working in SAP FICO, everybody will tell different stories. Okay. But you need to make sure the different points, different things that you will be aware, you will have. Only then it is practically possible for you to think in a realistic manner. If you're not realistic, if you're not practical, it's difficult to get job in SAP FICO. Because today I can hide different things to you. I can, nicely explain this is the subject and all. But tomorrow you will know all the reality. Because today I can hide different points from you, but tomorrow you will know everything. The moment you start attending first interview, you will realize everything that no, what Ajay taught me is not correct. He never told me these points. If I was aware of these points, I would have prepared in a different way. Or if I was aware of these points, I would not have joined SAP FICO only. I don't want anybody to regret tomorrow. When I say I don't want anybody to regret tomorrow, at the end, this is your career. For me or for you, it's your career. And small mistakes are not supposed to, put a negative mark on your career. And you should not lose your confidence, or you should not think that no, nothing will work out for me, I can't do anything. You should not feel it, because when you know the things properly, you can take a better decision. If you do not know, normally it is practically not possible. Because according to us, what usually we think SAP FICO means, it's a FICO finance related thing. All configuration will be there. 3 months course, 4 months course. If I join 3 months, 4 month course, and then if I put additional 1 or 2 months, I will get a job. It is not going to happen. There are people who are practicing SAP FICO for years. 2-3 years they practice, 2-3 years they try for the job, they don't get it. They'll quit SAP, they'll join back their companies. You have to know so many things before you take a decision to join SAP FICO. It's not that blindly because somebody told go to Ajay, or somebody told SAP FICO is very good. You saw somebody, they get trained, they got a job. Don't join like that in SAP FICO, because it is not going to happen like that. And you need to make sure certain points or certain things are known to you as a raw fact. When you know the certain things as a raw fact, from the raw facts you will get to know different things. And that is what is going to give you a different level of understanding, and you can think in a better way. When I say that you can think in a better way, that is going to give you a proper idea, thought process to take a decision. Yes, will SAP FICO suit me or not? Or I am fit for SAP FICO or something else, I have to choose. If you feel that no, SAP FICO is not going to work out for me, these things I cannot do it, better you quit now only, try something else. If some other module is there, if some other technology is there with which you can find, okay, I'm feeling comfortable with this, go ahead there. At the end, there's no rule that you should learn only SAP FICO to get a better job. There are so many options in the market. Make sure which one is suiting you, or which one you are more comfortable with. Go there, join that institute, join that training module, whatsoever. But make sure it is your career at the end, and don't play with it. When I say don't play with it, this will have a very negative impact on your future. If you are playing with your career, this will have very negative impact. Tomorrow you will not be able to focus on anything. You will not be confident at all on yourself. You feel that no, I already tried SAP FICO, it didn't work out. No, I'm not able to understand and all. Nothing like that. If you know things in a right way, you will get the right things. But if you're imagining on your own and all, things are not going to happen. In SAP FICO especially, if you do not have the proper guidance, if you do not know the proper things, if you do not know the market realities as it is, you will never become a consultant. And everywhere you will find different points, which I'm going to talk in the tomorrow's session. In the tomorrow's session, I'll talk different other points. And then slowly we will be talking about what exactly is there in SAP FICO, how we need to know, what we need to know, what you are going to get from me and all. I am going to explain in the upcoming sessions in detail. Okay, let me stop this now. We will continue the remaining portion in the tomorrow's session at the same time. So I'll share the link in the meeting in the group. Make sure you join the link, and I'll also give you the recording of this. And keep in your mind, the sessions of this overview will go for a week to 10 days, and you can decide only after I complete the overview sessions. Okay, fine then. So we'll connect at the same time tomorrow morning. Bye.